Hey guys, Rumble Nuts again here. Quick video guide on how to get night vision, how to see at night without night goggles. I hate the grainy green look that a lot of the night vision goggles get. Ugh, this is fucking disgusting. How can you see anything like this? And Nvidia has some post-processing filters that let you see, I would say, just as good at night. I've killed multiple people that had night vision. They got the little green pixel that I see, and I get them before they get me. That's enough anecdotal evidence I need to say confidently that this is better than night vision. So the too long didn't read version, if you don't want to sit through all this, if you have NVIDIA graphic filter, make sure that your drivers are up to date. Hit Alt F3 to bring up the filter menu, or you can even hit Alt Z to bring up the whole thing. Go to Game Filters. You got 1, 2, 3 styles. These are presets that'll mostly save. Tarkov kind of fucks with this stuff sometimes. But so this is filter 3. This is no filters. I like to go, this is filter 1, and dang, look how bright that is. So what I do first, always, when I'm trying to get night vision calibrated correctly, everyone's monitor different, so you're going to have to mess with it, but I like to start with vibrance at 100. That helps pick out the different colors, so everything's not so gray. Tarkov's kind of gray. I turn vibrance up even when I'm not using night raids anyway. So, vibrance 100, go to details. Next, turn up HDR toning. You could crank that up. Maybe not to 100, but turn that up as well. And then finally, I go to brightness and contrast, and this is where I kind of fine-tune everything to make it not look like shit. So that's the too long didn't read version. Next, we'll get into the more nitty-gritty. I will get into a little bit more specific stuff. Like I said, I like to start with vibrance at 100. It kind of helps stuff stand out at night. It's kind of a foggy, rainy night, so not too much color going on. But it stops everything from looking so damn gray on your horizon. I turn tint color and intensity to 0 because that'll kind of let's see. Yeah, see, we'll get like purples and crazy shit. So I turn that shit all the way down to 0. You can come, like I said, start with vibrance 100, right? Because it's gonna help stuff stand out. And then I like to move to details next and turn up that HDR toning. As you can see, it's like whoa, lets me see a lot. Okay. Next, clarity. That kind of sharpens, as you see. And then sharpen. I don't like to turn sharpen up all the way, although it's looking like it's helping seeing. Just because when you're in minion stuff, things look a little too sharp. I like it a little fuzzy at least. And then brightness and contrast. This is where I kind of come fine-tune how I like everything to look after I got everything else turned up. Gamma. Yeah, it's almost too bright. You got shadows. You like a little shadow. You need a little contrast to see, right? That highlights. I don't know why I always keep that at negative 100. Contrast again. There we go. And then exposure is gonna like really brighten shit up. But again, you don't want to fade stuff out. I'm using this little hill kind of as a base to see how faded I should be and how faded I shouldn't. So me personally, with your vibrant at 100, like, oh my god, eye bleed, right? God, you can't see anything. It's terrible to look at. That's why it's so great that NVIDIA filters has 1, 2, 3. So daytime, I got no filters. This is how my stuff looks normally. It looks washed out after staring into that vibrant screen. Then I got my filter number 2, which is stuff's a little dark, you know, but not completely dark. My menu's looking a little eye rapey. And then I got full darkness, style 1. Rape my eyes, baby, because I don't need to see the menu. I need to see at night. Yep. So if you're still sticking around, one thing I do need to mention very quickly is this white particular 0.12 seems to fuck with the NVIDIA filters the most. I started Tarkov last swipe, and for the most part, they always worked when I hit Alt-Z, Alt-F4. Some of my friends, they go to hit Alt-Z, Alt-F3 or whatever, and it doesn't pull up this NVIDIA GeForce experience. So if that's happening to you and you can't even get into this, what I recommend doing is A, make sure your driver is updated. If it is, restart your computer and run GeForce as soon as you start your computer. Make sure it's running in the background, because you can actually close the GeForce experience and have it still work. But I like to keep it open if it's not working, because then as soon as you pop into the game, you'll get a little I can't see. You'll get a little like thing right here that says Nvidia GeForce experience is activated or whatever. So if you're having problems with even having that pop up, like I said, double check the drivers open, and then have GeForce open, then open Tarkov after freshly restarting your computer. That usually fixes it for me.